Respect, night in your love, respect, faith. I actually preach your time to the genuine ones only. I hope your days come along with us so far. Have a safe day, have a safe remaining week, have a safe weekend. Protect your energy, because not by deserving your time. You ever had to reevaluate your thought process within reevaluate your thought process with minding your business going wrong? Like literally, minding your business going wrong. Like, you ever been so comfortable with the minding your own business that you so comfortable with the minding your business, right? And you had to make your business your own business, like trying to think as to where you just put the remote, like doing stuff like that. Like, hold on, wait. I know I just had you in my hand. Where did you go? You know, when you at peace with yourself and you just minding your business in the crib, or you just you in your comfort zone, and you're not trying to think too hard. No, but it's always something that makes you just think. Like, dang, I gotta think. I really gotta think right now. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it really works when you think. You know, you're using your muscles and all types of stuff going on up there. Like, yeah, it works. Yeah. And you reevaluate your thought process. Saying to yourself is, I know I just turned the stove on. And you go to the stove, and the stove is on. And then you say to yourself is, I know I turned the stove off. Now, doesn't that sound like a problem within a problem? So that means you wasn't paying attention. Always double check to see when you're monitoring, when you're using fire at all times. Save yourself today and save somebody's life today as well too. Your neighbor. And I say that respectfully. You know, you may not be realizing what you're doing when you're doing something in the split of a second, but still be mindful when you're cooking, and be mindful of your safety as well, to respect yourself and to respect your neighbor. And I say that respectfully. I should preach your time to the genuine ones only. Night in your love, respect. Protect your energy, because night by deserving your time. Rather be safe than sorry. Respect yourself to respect your neighbor. It's a two-way street. It's getting cold outside. And I say that respectfully. It's called respect, neighbor. Thank you for your time, neighbor. God is with you, neighbor. God is never against you, neighbor. God never overlooked you, neighbor. It's a two-way street when it comes to respect. I'm not praying against you, I'm praying for you. And I hope it's a two-way street when it comes to your behalf as well too. Praying against each other was never part of God's plan. Praying against each other was never part of God's plan. It made more sense when praying together, not against each other, but uplifting each other, motivating each other. Here's better days ahead, God says. Pay attention, because not everybody's for your time. Pay attention, not everybody's for your time. It's okay to understand that God is not going to allow you to be your best self-vision of yourself that you thought you was yesterday. He's only allowing you to become the best self-vision of yourself today. To understand that God got your back. 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 God allows you to elevate, become your best self-vision of yourself today. You know, yesterday must have been your downtime. You wasn't feeling yourself. And you felt like God wasn't by your side. Then you woke up today, and God was patient with your process, and God allowed you to see another day for the right reasons. And for all the right reasons, You asked something from God, and God was patient with your time to show you that you could do the inner healing within. To respect yourself, to respect your neighbor, stay in your lane. To understand just because you don't understand how your neighbor's overcoming and they're generally at peace with themselves, to not have to wear a mask when they tune into God, let alone tune into themselves, to have self-awareness, to be at self-peace with themselves. And to regards to what trauma was installed within them as a child, going into adulthood, dealing with trauma on top of trauma. Something that you're not able to understand because you haven't sat down with yourself to reevaluate your thought process and show up for yourself the healthy ways, because you're so used to the toxic behavior and the overlooking you and the disrespect, and it became the norm to you, and that's not the norm. Respecting each other is the norm, and I say that respectfully. Going against each other is not the norm. Just because you see someone motivating themselves or elevating faster than you, it's not a competition when getting in tune with yourself, and I say that respectfully, because at the end of the day, you got to make yourself a more of a believer than a person that you talking down on at the end of the day, or you trying to bring down at the end of the day, or you got malicious intentions, or you trying to line them up, size them up their thought process, on their freedom, on their eyesight, or their pockets, because your intention is not genuine. No need to go against your neighbor. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. You want to be at peace with yourself so bad, but y'all here wearing a mask, not even tuned into yourself in a healthy way. Disrespecting your neighbor's not even thinking of you. Disrespecting your neighbor, having malicious intentions, and your neighbor was only being kind to you. Disrespecting your neighbor because you don't understand your neighbor, how your neighbor ties their shoes today. Disrespecting your neighbor because you don't understand why your neighbor has that hairstyle today, like the rest of the people that's wearing the same hairstyle today. You disrespecting your neighbor because you don't understand the fact that how is your neighbor elevating and overcoming the trauma that they endured as a child, or endured from a child's point of view, going into adulthood, dealing with trauma after trauma, dealing with being sexually assaulted, domestic violence, dealing with violence, dealing with hate crime, discrimination. You put a name to your book, whatever sickness you say, whatever you say, at the end of the day, that's in your thought process as to how you project it onto a mindset at the end of the day, especially when you don't have know what you're talking about at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. But you projected it on your neighbor, and your neighbor's not even doing that to you. Your neighbor never, not one time, went back and forth with you with words. It goes to show you the maturity level at the end of the day, who's mature and who's immature. But we see where the shoe fits at the end of the day on your foot perfectly fine, being immature. Because you don't know how to respect your neighbor. When your neighbor's not even disrespecting you, no shape or form. It's the mindset for me. How we go against each other when we're supposed to be respecting each other, to understand, to motivate each other in a healthy way without wearing a mask, to fake gaslight somebody, to play them close, to line them up, to size them up. It's the mindset for me. How can I respect my neighbor if my neighbor don't respect me? So I will continue to stay in my lane and respect myself, to respect my neighbor. My neighbor don't gotta like me, but as long as I know I don't have malicious intentions to bring harm towards myself or my neighbor or others around me, I'm just trying to be at peace with myself, to elevate and do what God works within me, to elevate, to become my best self vision of myself, because I choose my best self vision to show up today. I'm at peace with myself and I ain't wearing a mask. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. It's the mindset for me. When you interrupting the mindset of an innocent person, they just trying to elevate and become their best self vision of themselves. You see their reflection before their reflection. Why you so mad, hate in disguise? It's the mindset for me. No need to be a hater. Just elevate. Find yourself within without fake gaslighting yourself no more. Understand the assignment within the assignment, that God got your back one day. It's the mindset for me. Continue to stay in your lane, hater, in disguise, with malicious intentions, trying to psych somebody to thought process on their freedom or their eyes at the end of the day, because you ain't happy within. It's not anybody's fault at the end of the day but your own. Create your happiness within, regardless who overlooks you or gave up on you at the end of the day. Everybody's here to win, and nobody's here to be in competition with each other at the end of the day. We just here to respect each other. But the game is so messed up that the enemy allows you to believe, to go against your neighbor in an unhealthy way at the end of the day, and that's not the norm. Because God said better days ahead. God installed these tools within us: self-awareness, self-respect, self-peace, self-confidence, self-control, self-discipline, self-care, self-value, self-love, self-worth, self-patience, and healthy boundaries. So we can elevate and become our best self-visions of ourselves, regardless of what trauma was endured within us. We don't have to disrespect our neighbor because of our trauma at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it takes away what God is installed within us and what God is allowing us to have in our lives at the end of the day. Genuine people that genuinely love us, genuinely respect us for who we truly are, not push them away. But when God opens certain doors and closes certain doors for the right reasons at the end of the day, or the wrong reasons at the end of the day, it's to protect us. It's to allow us to believe that God got our back. We walk by faith, not by sight. So when genuine people come into your life at the right time, that's when God shows you at the end of the day. Don't push them away. Love them and respect them for who they truly are. You know, going against your neighbor was never part of God's plan. God said elevate and continue to motivate each other, to love ourselves, to respect our neighbor at the end of the day, to have genuine self-awareness. Because God was patient with us for another day. We are the miracles within the miracles God allowed us to see another day for the right reasons. To be patient with our process, because God was patient with us, because God chose us to see another day. I should preach your time to the genuine ones only. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooks you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you to be sure to respect 365 days with no misintention to bring harm to yourself and others around you. God did not install within us to give up or live in fear or be discouraged. The enemy did. God installed patience within us. God is allowing us to see the day for the right reasons. Continue to be patient with your process. If God chose you to see another day. Respect. I should preach your time to the genuine ones only. Night genuine love, respect. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or personal malicious intentions, psychic or thought process over your freedom or your eyesight, your pockets, because they don't have good or malicious intentions. Attention is not good. Protect your because I raise up your tongue. Night in your love, respect. Love yourself with God's protection.